Good evening. Welcome to the Town of Bernardston Select Board meeting for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. We'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock p.m. Just a reminder, this meeting is being broadcast live on BNC TV and live streamed on YouTube. To find BNC TV on YouTube, go to youtube.com and search for Bernardston-Northfield Community Television. This meeting will be available for later viewing by following the link at thetownofbernardston.org. You can also watch channel 1075 on your Comcast dial in Bernardston. We'll start off tonight with the warrants. I would entertain a motion for the payroll warrant in the amount of $69,407.98.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Entertain a motion for the vendor warrant in the amount of $81,515.24.
So moved.
Second.
Just to give you some input on that, the health insurance cost on that was $20,164.25. And the Chapter 90 fair share expenses of $9,143.16 make up the two biggest parts of that dollar figure. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I would entertain a motion for the regular meeting minutes of September 3rd, 2025. Ken, you'll have to move that one. Brian isn't here.
So moved.
And I'll second that. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So I'm going to jump over the calendar and announcements since we have several folks here tonight. We'll jump to the citizens' concerns. Candy Johnson. If you'd like to come up so we can get you on the microphone.
This one over.
Oh, she's good
Either-
right there.
no, they both
Good.
work?
They're both-
work?
All right.
How are we doing tonight?
Good. I'm Candace Johnson. I live at 75 South Street in Bernardston, on top of the bird farm. My concern was we had a tornado warning 2 Saturdays ago, and it was coming towards Greenfield. I called the police department to find out if we had a shelter to go to, especially the mobile home park. They called me back to tell me no, there was no plan in place. So my question is, do we have a plan in place for evacuation, especially for the mobile home park?
There is a plan in place. That's a question better directed to the emergency management director, Peter Shedd.
Mm-hmm.
He has the details of that. He takes direction from the state emergency management team.
I was hoping to talk to him tonight,
Okay,
because I'd like a copy of that.
and that's, I think we can.
Yeah, I can
Karen
provide a copy of
you
that.
Also, was wherever we were allowed to go open?
In the case that it was declared an emergency to do that, it would be
It
open
was a
for that
warning.
case. And that's out of our purview. That's an emergency management decision
So that's through Peter.
through Peter.
And
He takes
MEMA.
direction from the
Yeah.
state.
Great. I do have another issue that I guess I have to bring up with Peter. The dust storms we've been having, I called the sheriff, but I didn't get a call back. Do we have a right to call the fire department to hose down those pens when the dust is so extremely bad? It is a dust storm.
No, they don't have the right to go on private property for something
Our
like that.
property.
You'd have to take that up with Pete, I'm sure. I don't believe they would come on your property to hose down your property.
Just a
because of the dust.
question, because it's been
Feel free to ask
absolutely horrendous.
And
All right, thank
back-
you.
I have a question, real quick. Didn't Peter come to, because that's why he didn't come tonight, because he said he had spoken to you. at
I have
the
not
park.
spoken with him.
That's why he wasn't coming tonight, because I thought that you guys had had a conversation.
No,
Okay.
He called me.
He talked to you, okay. What did he tell you about the
He
emergency?
said, I'll see you at the meeting.
Oh, he did?
so there you go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I guess in his
For
defense-
listening.
I guess in his
No,
defense
yeah,
right now,
one
we
second.
skipped over
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff, so he could walk in at any
Yeah, he
minute,
could.
is my point.
Oh, okay.
Because we skipped over all the
Right.
calendar and announcements, he, you know.
No, I believe
I'm
he
not
was,
saying that that's what's happening, I'm just saying.
yeah, he's not here, he's out of town.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, there we
Um,
go, there's our answer then.
And the only other addition we can bring up as part of that discussion is to remind folks to sign up for the Code Red system, which you can access through the town's website. You must sign up for it to get it.
I
have
used to
a
get
whole- I have
a
a whole
warning.
update on that to put out. We have our annual shareholder
Oh, good.
meeting
Coming
on
up.
Saturday.
Mhm.
I have the forms and they know to go online and I talked to Peter about that and an updated phone list.
It's pretty simple to do online, really.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
If there's a code red, how come everybody doesn't get a phone call?
They
If there's
tip-
a bad storm, Eversource calls.
It depends on what
Right.
it's for. If
I
it's
think
for,
tornado warning's pretty bad.
well, it depends what MEMA does too, for something like that. You'll typically get a code red in a localized area of town if it's a police action. If they want you to lock down for some reason, it's happened a couple times
In
over
the
on
past.
Bald Mountain area, because the state police chasing people off of 91
Oh, right.
that bail out of their cars and run through the neighborhood. The code red goes to that section of town only. So it doesn't get everybody in an uproar in town when you're not affected.
But how could you tell if there's a tornado coming?
That's different, that's a whole MEMA thing, and that's an emergency management thing.
Yes.
Pretty much out of our purview for that.
Out of yours, yeah.
Yeah, they have specific
But I'm
guidelines they follow.
The emergency management, whatever it is.
I would assume that would be one that would go to the whole town, if it was
Well, we
deemed
didn't know where it was coming.
to be that way. I mean, most of the warnings that I received were on the local news outlets that have full-time weathermen.
And in speaking with Peter, it's definitely the emergency management, so we both can't talk. Decisions, they are in coordination with MEMA.
Yeah.
Like Peter can't make those decisions on his own. It is coordinated with the state, whether they, based on forecasts, local conditions, and resources. So that, and then again, the 911
Code
Code
red.
red.
code red,
And/or
and there's
reverse
also a reverse 911 that we use too for Amber Alerts and other things like that. So it behooves you to sign up for that on the town website. And I'm glad to hear, Ann, that you're going to be
Yeah.
putting that information out. So
We get Amber Alerts on our phone, but
right, there's all kinds
usually
of
the police also do come around, like when we lost power a few years ago in October. They came around because we were out power for like 3 or 4 days, so
Mhm.
we had this church to go to, and they helped people who had a hard time getting out of their homes, so. All
Yeah,
right.
The
we
three
will-
sites are the Bernardston Senior Center, the Bernardston Elementary School, and the Bernardston Vets Club are our three designated
Great.
in our plan.
Great.
And I will, you want me to support it to you, Ann, if I
Yes,
send you a
because that
copy
way
of the?
she can let the whole park
Yep,
know.
I sure will. It's
Thank you.
I'll send you everything.
Thank you
All right.
very much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Next up, Mr. Brian McHugh. Brian, would you like to come up?
Sure.
From the Director of the Community Development, Franklin County Regional Housing and Redevelopment Authority.
Does it matter which side I sit on?
Doesn't
No.
matter.
Okay, great. All right. Well, thanks for having me once again. I'm here to talk about the bids that came in for the Bernardston Country Estates sewer replacement project. We received 2 bids. One of them was for $933,800. One was for $1,055,000. The grant budget for this for the construction is $959,000. But that assumes there's contingency built into that, 10% contingency built into that. The low bidders, his name is Baker Excavating and Construction out of Goshen. It's not someone that we're familiar with. The engineer for the project, Huntley Associates, Mike Schaefer from Huntley Associates. You got the questions that the interview questions that he asked of the contractor, and then the referrals or the references that he checked. He feels comfortable about awarding the project. He feels like it's just a big septic system. This company's done a lot of septic systems, but not at this scale. So there's some concern. I feel like he did a comprehensive review of the project and felt satisfied with the answers that he got from the contractor, and also good references came in on this. It will require that BC, I'll call you guys if I can, will have to show that they have the money in reserve to cover anything that goes above and beyond what the grant total is. So we got about $26,000 in wiggle room in the grant to deal with contingency, but they will also have to kick in from there, and they'll know what that number is. And Ann just gave me a statement from her bank, CD account, there's plenty of money in there. So we'll go through the process with them to get a vote or from them, or assurance from them that the money's there and it will be used for this in that case that we need it. I don't know that we'll need it. Maybe we will. It's a big project. There's a lot of unknowns there. My guess is we'll have to dip into it a little bit from these guys, but probably not as much as we're talking about. So anyway, they don't know what that number is. But the way I look at it, they have to feel that I do have that number. There's a $67,000 gap if we figure in contingency needed. And again, we might not need all of that. So I feel comfortable. It's been a long haul here. I do feel like there's going to be some hand holding and with this contractor. We'll guide them through all the contractual stuff that's required for a federal project. There's lots of forms that they need to get to us to assure that there's. I can give you this is the notice of award if you decide to go through this and vote to award the contract. But there's 3 copies here. You'll see on the second page there's a whole list of documents they need to get us. It includes that they can't hire undocumented workers. They have to follow what's called a Section 3 plan, which means that if they're hiring anybody for the project, they will look to hire people that are of low and moderate income. It's not likely that's going to happen. We've already talked to them about their workforce to see if they have the manpower to do the job. It's not likely they're going to hire anybody else, so it shouldn't really apply, but they'll still have to sign some papers that say that they will do that if they need more people. So I'll just give it to you now if you want to look at this on the second page. The first page is just saying that you agree to award to the Baker Excavating and Construction. Second page has the list of documents that are within the bid documents, so they have those already. We are hoping that we're going to be able to send out a notice of award tomorrow, this is what this document on top is. It'll include a cover letter from me to them, and then they'll need to get us all that stuff. Again, it's in the bid documents. It's not going to be a surprise, like what's all this stuff, but the bid documents are 279 pages long, so,
Nice.
Yeah. Gotta love government work, right? Anyway, and so if you do decide to award it, I feel comfortable awarding this to this contractor. I did have an informal what do you call it, stamp of approval from someone who's been involved in this project that wants to remain nameless because they don't want it on the record necessarily because of their position, but feels comfortable working with this contractor also. So it would be great to get this going. I'd love to see some shovels in the ground soon on that. I'm sure everyone else would. It is unfortunately not as, the whole project isn't happening as we've discussed before, but at least it'll address the most urgent need there right now.
And it'll be Title V compliant.
Yeah, it'll be, yeah. So
What is the timing on, there's no specification as to completion date?
in the bid documents, the completion date's 12/31, the end of the year.
End of the year.
And it sounded like in the review that they were going to get on it pretty quick.
Yeah, there's a few things that could muddy the waters a little bit. That is the lead time on some of the materials, especially the 12,000 gallon tank. So they're not on the lot anywhere. They get cast, they get ordered and cast, and so it's like, you're sort of beholden to whoever you're going to. It sounds like they've talked to suppliers that they're going to go to and are comfortable with the lead time, but they did say they were going to try to do the tanks first. So I think that could change because they might find out the tanks are the big tank. There's 2 tanks, 12,000, 6,000. The big tank might not come till the beginning of December. Who knows? So the scheduling, the sequencing of things might change. It can go either way. You can do the field first, the tanks second, and vice versa. So we'll see. We'll pivot from there. But we will assist the contractor through this, and the engineer also has assured us that he's going to be there for technical assistance to guide them through. So I'm hopeful that we can get this thing done and by the end of the year and finally be done with that portion of it.
So the extra help they might have to bring in, the extra paperwork that would go along with it. I mean, I think any vendor would have to bring in electrical help.
Oh,
electricians.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
no matter
yeah,
who
yeah.
you
Oh, yeah,
gave
yeah.
the bid to.
Yep.
That's something you can help them get through that paper.
Yeah, with the subcontractors, they're gonna have to, they have already identified a subcontractor, so part of the packet, when we send out a packet for the award is to give us those they need a list of subcontractors, and then within 2 weeks of the notice to proceed, they need to give us copies of the contracts they have with the subcontractors, so they'll be vetted a little bit. But it's ultimately up to the GC to make sure that they're hiring somebody who's, so the only thing that the subcontractors will have to get the contracts. They'll have to also sign a Section 3 plan saying that if they hire somebody, they're gonna follow these rules, and again, we'll guide them through that. And they're also gonna need to submit certified payrolls when anybody that walks on the job, whoever they're working for, they need to be paid a prevailing wage, which is part of the bid documents also. So what we do is we get the weekly payrolls from everybody, and go through them. We make sure they're getting paid what they're supposed to be paid. It comes with a benefit packet that gets backed out. We know how to deal with payrolls, and then if it turns out that they're not paying the proper rate, then we make them do restitution, and we have to have proof that they've paid that person.
Right.
Sometimes it's $20 more, but you still have to go through that process if they're not $20 an hour, but $20 full. So with the two wage rate, we have to follow federal and state wages. So when we do that, we put together a sort of a cheat sheet for us, because sometimes the federal rate's higher than the state rate, but then on December 1st, it changes, and then the next, that's not a big deal for us. We know what's changing.
You're used to
and then,
that.
and we're used to that, yeah, it's not a big deal. So, but that's part of our job, is to make sure, and we have the records to show that when we get monitored and audited by the state, that they look through payrolls and make sure that everyone's been paid what they're supposed to be paid, so.
The only other,
Excuse me, Brian.
yes, Jane?
Brian, would you speak a little louder? It's hard to hear you.
Okay, which Brian? There's three of
You.
us, okay.
You please speak.
Okay,
Brian,
sorry,
you.
okay. I'll try to speak, I've never been told to speak louder, because it's usually, it's like with you, but I'll try.
That's because I'm in back of you.
Yeah, sorry,
Thank you.
okay.
I do have one other question on
Okay.
it from reading through the documents and the vetting of the contractor.
Yep.
There's been a lot of questions back and forth about the waste from the old system,
Yeah,
that the DEP's declared a hazardous waste. Where it goes, we can't take it because we're a cap landfill.
yeah.
I know they were looking for other sources. I don't care where it's going, but did that get worked out?
Yeah, so, well, there was a lot of emails on that.
Yeah, I saw a lot of them.
Well, I know. So I wanted to, one of the addendums, this addendum number 2 that was put out prior to the bid opening, included a section in there that said that they needed to cart the waste off-site because it's considered hazardous materials by DEP, okay? Part of the vetting and the interview that the engineer had with the contractor included, are there some cost savings, which made me go, wait a minute, why are we talking about this already? That contractor has to carry the cost of shipping it to either Albany, Leominster, there's another one too, but anyway, there's
Pittsfield, was it?
Pittsfield.
Yeah.
And so I was making that point because the second bidder carried that cost. I know they did. I talked to them. They're like, yeah, it's expensive. So I was trying to say that they have to carry that cost, and when they give us what the schedule of values, which is what they'll have to give us when they return their contract. So it'll have things like electrical work is going to be X amount, and so that's used to when a contractor invoices, they put a percentage next to those values. I'm 50% done with this, and the engineer is supposed to sign off on that they are at that point. So I'm saying I expect to see a big number next to disposal of the waste, because it says in your addendum that it has to be taken off-site to a facility. So I'm waiting to see what that is, because they're not going to give that to us until they send us a contract. So my point for them was, if it turns out that they're able to either, I wouldn't say dispose of it, but keep it on site, which is allowed, actually, then I'm expecting a credit on that, because they had to carry that cost, and it could be a lot of trouble if it turns out that that schedule of values is very small in their bid, and the second bidder says, wait a minute, they were always all along, it appears that all along they were expecting to do it on site or at the landfill here or something like that. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. And so my thing with it is that don't come to us with a change order that includes disposal somewhere else because they've now found out. It's like, that's not happening.
Yeah, that was
So-
a red flag that jumped up to me when I was reading through that.
Exactly, me too. I was like, wait a minute. And I sent the addendum, the language in the addendum says right here, you already said it, because this whole, talking back and forth, well, maybe you can save some money. It's like, well, maybe we can save some money to offset what might come up,
Right.
and therefore might not have to dip into the reserve
Right.
that BCE
Right.
is putting up. So we're trying to avoid having them put in anything
Right.
at all. So we'll be on top of that, and I'll challenge the schedule of values when they come in, so be assured of that.
Anybody else have any other questions?
It's good.
Anything else that you?
Nope, that's it. Well, actually, no. So if you vote to award this, just in the interest of moving this along. So originally I had laid out a whole schedule. I'd be here tonight, and then I'd be here in 2 weeks. So tonight to vote on notice of award, and then 2 weeks signing the contract with you. Okay. So if this is up to you, but if we could have like a vote on this, and then a conditional vote that says that if they get us all of these things in, and we sign off on it, and I send them off to Karen, show that they've gotten us everything on that list, could we get a vote to have Brian sign the agreement, the contract too? Because they might get us this stuff in a week. In a week right now is
It's a lot.
a lot.
Sure.
So if it could be
Sooner the
that
better.
if we, so if we could have some sort of conditional vote that says that so long as we get all these things in, that Brian has the authority to sign the agreement, and then we can send out the notice to proceed after that, and we might save a little
Just
time.
because there's 3 Brians in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
I know,
Brian
I was
is going
just
to-
confused by-
Yeah, I know, sorry, but Brian's the chair, Brian Kear's
Yes.
the chair, yeah.
Just so it's clear.
I know.
So the,
There's gonna be a record of this, I know.
so the initial motion, do you need it worded a certain way?
And we would like to, a motion to award the contract for this project right there that says, to Baker Excavating and Construction.
And that dollar amount
In
is
that dollar
correct,
amount.
$933,800.
Yep.
You comfortable making that one?
Yeah, that's fine. So I move that we award the contract to Baker Excavating and Construction for BCE sanitary sewer replacement project in the amount of $933,800.
That suffice?
Perfect.
Second.
Any other discussion? Any other questions from anybody? All those in favor?
Aye.
So you need one signed copy of this?
Yeah, I just need one back. Yeah, you know what, if you could sign all of them, then you can keep one of them. I need one signed copy. Whatever you want to do with the rest of them, that's fine.
I'll keep them.
But I thought you might want to keep it just so you can see
Yep.
for whatever reason.
We have the same thing though, right? We're getting
Okay.
what you have.
Yep, these
Okay.
are all 3 the same,
All
and
right.
I'll take the extra
Thank you.
one.
Now we gotta think about how we wanna word this other one.
Yes, and so I would say that the vote should be to approve the chair of the board to sign the agreement between Bernardston Country, BCE, and we're calling it unfortunately BEC, Baker Excavating and Contractor. Okay.
See if you can screw this one up.
Yeah,
Make sure it is.
I know. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But anyway.
Contingent on
Yeah,
they get all the
contingent-
necessary.
contingent upon the required documents listed that will be included in the notice of award.
Okay. That motion. No,
I
I'll
know,
actually
I'm
make
with
it.
you, I'm with
You can say as explain, whatever you want to say.
No, I'll move that we give Brian Keir, just so we're clear on which Brian, the authority to sign the contract contingent on receipt of all of the necessary
Documents listed.
documents listed on the
Notice of award.
notice of award. Thank you. That one.
Second.
Any other discussion? You got that? You'll get that, Karen.
I got it.
All right.
It's taped. We have it on
On tape?
camera. We're good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, great. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just as quick as you get it, we'll.
And Brian.
Perfect. It might be 2 weeks, who knows, but, you know, just like that.
Well, you're
So,
right,
man,
it's a lot, to say the
Yeah.
least.
To change his name
I'll
legally. to Brian.
emphasize that to them.
Thank
The sooner
you.
you get to us, the sooner you can start.
Thank
You're
you.
getting
Okay, all right,
closer.
thanks. All right,
Yes.
thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you for
Yeah.
coming.
Thank you.
Next up for appointments, Mr. Bob Raymond. Come on up, Bob.
Mine isn't as complicated as that. The first thing, being a former selectman, I want to say a couple of words. I'm so thankful for the new Bernardston Fire Station. I've been in it and looked at it, and I mean, I know they're finishing the siding still, and they got to get their name up on it and stuff, but it's unbelievable.
It is.
We as a board were working on this 10, 12, 13 years ago. A lot of it to no fruition at all. A lot of, getting ticked off really. So congratulations for staying with it and working out a deal, and it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah,
The only thing I see they put a couple signs up, but people, including myself, go 55 or 60 miles on that stretch of road, and I'm kind of concerned if they do have a fire and pull out without any lights or stuff, but
They're coming. The beacon lights, flashing lights are going to be
Okay,
coming. They're
okay,
coming.
Great. The next thing is something that happened this week. I'd like to tell you how I had to call 911 for a medical emergency in my home. Hanging up the phone, 1 minute later, Mr. Grover, Lloyd Grover, was in my home. Within 2 more minutes, God, you see old age here.
Yeah.
Our police chief was in my home, and other members of the Bernardston Fire Department, and within 5 minutes, the ambulance was there, and you can't believe how
Yeah. Yep.
good job.
Yeah, for sure.
I really feel secure and knowing that these people who know so much
Yeah.
are right there to help you out. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
The thing I'm really here for is the following. Most of you probably followed the sports team at Pioneer Valley Regional School last year. The teams finished 69-2-2. I know this because I went to every game. I have 2 grandsons that play and amongst other kids that are just great kids. These kids worked so hard and loved each other so much and listened to coaches. They won 3 Western Mass championships. They won state championships in basketball, going 26-0, and they won the state championship in baseball, going 26-0. I can tell you how almost impossible that is, especially in baseball. When you face somebody else as number 1, you can get beat 1-0 quite easily, and you can't do anything about it. You can bunt the ball, you can steal. It still doesn't happen that way. The reason I'm bringing this is because I graduated from Pioneer in 1965, and up on the board out front where you drive in, there's 3 state championships in 65 years of that school. 3, 2 in basketball, and by the way, Harrington, when he was a senior, didn't win the state championship. They won when he was a sophomore and a junior, and then a girls softball team won the state championship. But this is almost unbelievable. I mean, I don't know how you want to do this because, I mean, we have plenty of pictures. My daughter's got lots of pictures, and we have other people with pictures, articles, things of that nature. But another thing that I'd like you to consider is maybe honoring the girls. I believe it's just the girls track team. And apparently last year they broke don't quote me on this, but either 10 or 12 records that had been set for years at Pioneer. These were 7th grade and 8th grade girls. They just did it. It's just unbelievable. I think there maybe been 14 girls and whatever on the team, but it was really something. So we could mention them, and of course the coaches. I don't know. And the other person I want to mention is Russ Dean. Now, the school gets a trophy, and it's got Massachusetts with some kind of fancy wood, and MIAA in the middle of it, and it gives a date, et cetera, et cetera. Well, Russ Dean, with his contingency and the Kiwanis support, the Bernardston Kiwanis Club, gave everyone on the basketball team one of these trophies. I can't even touch my grandsons. They won't let me. I had to borrow one for Russ because he wanted to see, because now he's making them for baseball. He's made them.
The hardware just went on.
Right.
Just so you know, last night we had a Kiwanis meeting. The hardware is now on all of those, so.
But this
Coming very
trophy, these trophies mean more to the kids than parties or whatever. They're just beautiful items. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Russ Dean, I mean, he didn't sign every one of them, but he should have. You know, and again, it's, so maybe you could put a little quip about him in there with a picture of him because, you know, he's 90,
Right.
97, 95, who the hell knows? You just never know because he's been here around town for so long. But so there's a lot of things that you could put into it, and I wouldn't ask you to do it, but I could work with your town coordinator and get some articles, then you could look at it. But it's never going to happen again. I
Right.
mean, it's just
Right.
such a rarity that, and we have a lot of pictures. And by the way, in the beginning of each sports team, there was like maybe 25 or 30 spectators. And when we got done going with Songus Center and wherever it is, there was probably 1,000 people following the team.
Wow.
Couldn't even find a seat.
I think there was more.
Yeah, same thing in baseball. So it's just as we won, more and more people went, and we should really be proud
Yeah.
of these kids coming out. By the way, we were in Division 5, and I hope I got this right. I think there are 77 schools in Massachusetts that are Division 5. And 74 of them have a higher enrollment than Pioneer does, 9 through 12. So you can see that we're on the smaller end of the whatever.
Division, yeah.
So it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
It's unbelievable. So
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Yeah.
you don't have to give me an answer tonight, but if you do and we
Yeah.
can follow through on this, we'll see if we can get something. And you tell me what you'd like of those sections and we'll see if we can do it. Because I think it'll be a very popular town report.
Yep, I
So
agree.
that's what I came for.
Good, I'm glad you
Okay.
came with that. Appreciate that.
All right, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be in touch.
Okay,
All right,
thanks.
thank you so much.
I have a quick
Sure.
question. Going back to the fire station, has there been an open house?
Haha, that's, we jumped
It's
over,
on,
it's
you're
on the
good, we're
next
getting
thing.
to it.
Oh.
Good timing.
We're getting there.
Okay.
We might as well continue right on to new business, just don't let me forget to go back.
Yeah, there's lots of great announcements.
Yes.
The new fire station open house. Originally, the fire folks were talking about having one the end of September. We've, in conjunction with Peter Shed, Karen had a meeting with Pete Shed. They've agreed to push it off until May 2nd of next year,
Oh,
so they can finish some other projects that are going on around it. They want it to be as pretty as it can be and as complete as it can be. We also felt that some of the politicians, as unpopular as sometimes that can be, that have secured us a fairly significant amount of money, should have the opportunity to fit it in their schedules to come to a dedication, to get the recorder there. My personal feeling is the folks involved in our fire department, we just heard from Mr. Raymond how those folks are. They did 95% of that work to get that station to happen. We just pushed a few papers around and signed a few checks. They found that location. They worked on the owner to help it come to fruition to make this work. They dedicated hours and hours and hours and hours of their own time, unpaid, to help all of us make that be what it is. We may have had the pay in there for the siding. They gave their time to put it all up. They worked hours painting rooms and painting trim, and they located an emergency
Hanging
generator,
drywall.
no cost to the town. We just had to pay an electrician to hook it up. They did all that. I think it's very important that we have this celebration for them,
Right.
from all of us.
great.
Not just, hey, the town gave us all this. They did so much work over there themselves, that whole crew. They deserve a celebration to say, hey, thanks a lot,
I agree.
because we're all gonna benefit from that.
You bet.
So it's in the planning.
Yep, it's gonna be like we're gonna have it's gonna be definitely a celebratory event.
Great.
And make it 3-4 hours. It'll be open, kids, families invited. We'll have cake. I mean, we're gonna make it festive
Awesome.
and invite the, key stakeholders in the community.
And do some fire prevention stuff at it. And
Yeah.
A little thing for kids to do. And
Take advantage, engage the
Things like
community.
that.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
so yes, it is.
Thank you.
It is gonna come.
I jumped the gun.
No, that's
Sorry-
perfect.
sorry to push
That's
it
a
so
good-
far
a
away,
good segue. A good segue.
It's important to plan it right?
I think that's enough said on that, right, Karen?
Yes, yes, sir.
Anybody have anything else to add?
No,
That's
that
good.
you covered it.
Yay.
The next up, Bernardston Fire Department one-day liquor license. I'd entertain a motion to approve a special one-day liquor license to the Bernardston Fire Department on Friday, October 17th, 2025, for the sale of beer and wine that are to be drunk only in a restricted area at Cushman Park, corner of routes 5 and 10, Bernardston, from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
And just a note of that, this is as part of the kickoff to the
Scarecrow in the
Park
Park. Yeah.
celebration going on. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Next up, town newsletter direct mail services. At the September 3rd Select Board meeting, the town administrator was asked to obtain a quote for a one-time direct mailing of the town newsletter. The estimated cost for the printing and postage is $472.94, based on a mailing list of 1,255 addresses. I would entertain a motion to approve a one-time direct mail service and postage for the first edition of the town newsletter, not to exceed $500, to come from the town newsletter fund.
So moved.
Second.
Just add that the thought process here is everybody will get mailed the first one. Within it, there'll be instructions on how to sign up to get it emailed to you after that.
Or pick them up around
Monthly,
town.
or
Right.
we'll tell you where they'll be located, like the senior center will get a pile. There'll probably be a pile here at the town hall.
Marshall's Library.
Places like
Yep.
that where you can go to pick up a hard copy if you'd rather a hard copy as opposed to an email.
When is that supposed to start?
It's going to be the first edition will be 1 December. We need time to get the sponsors and the advertising.
I just didn't hear
Yeah.
what it would be.
Yep.
You want to make a motion to expend that full, not to
I
exceed
did- I
five?
said
You
so
did?
moved. Sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
Second.
So,
Any other discussion? Maybe I already did that.
You did.
I think we did. That's okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next up, application for license to conduct a one-day bingo game for the Bernardston Cemetery Corporation. Bernardston Cemetery Corporation is hosting their second bingo fundraiser at United Church of Bernardston at 6 p.m. on Saturday, October 4th, 2025. Doors open at 5. All funds will benefit repair of historic monuments at the Center Cemetery in Bernardston, which I've been seeing some
Yep.
being done,
yeah.
which is nice to see. I'd entertain a motion to approve the application for license to conduct a one-day game as stated.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Town usage form for Pratt Field. I'll entertain a motion to approve the public facility use application for the River Valley Raptors softball organization to use the softball field at Pratt Field on Saturdays and Sundays during the months of September and October 2025 from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
And just a note on that, the highway has been involved with that decision and rec is up to speed as to these times and they're good with it. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We
It's
have a-
nice to get them used because
Right.
it's new
Absolutely.
dugouts and,
And as
you
Karen
know.
said before the meeting, you were telling me
and he
that
fixed the fields.
that team
Yeah.
group has come in and fixed the
Yep.
fields all up. The highway guys didn't have to help them at all.
So it's good to get that it's being used.
We have a BES usage form. Entertain a motion to approve the Bernardston Elementary School use application for the Bernardston Recreation Department for the Mistletoe Market Craft Fair on Friday, December 5th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
And just a note on that, that was signed off by the principal of the school, and it's a rec function. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Go back to your
I better go back.
announcements. Go back to
I'm
your
gonna lose
announcements.
track of them here. Calendar and announcements. The Bernardston-Leiden Community Survey, exploring shared services and regionalization of the two communities. We invite you to take part in a brief survey to share your thoughts on how Bernardston and Leiden might collaborate more closely. Your input will help us identify services that could be shared between our towns, understand any concerns you may have, explore the possibility of merging into a single town. You can access the survey online at the Town of Bernardston website. Go to www.townofbernardston.org, click on the red banner at the top of the home page titled Bernardston and Leiden Community Survey. For those who prefer a paper copy, printed surveys are also available for pickup at the Town Hall offices in Bernardston and Leiden during regular business hours. Your feedback is valuable. The survey will be open until October 6th, 2025. The Pioneer Valley Regional School Strategic Planning Community Survey. The Pioneer Valley Regional School District Strategic Planning Community Survey is designed to gather input from residents, businesses, and local organizations to help shape long-term regional planning efforts. In short, it's a tool for turning local insight into actionable strategies that strengthen the region's future. If you're part of the community, your voice will help shape what comes next. The survey is available at the Town of Bernardston website. Again, www.townofbernardston.org. Click on the radio button titled PVRSD Strategic Planning Community Survey, bottom right of the homepage. I'm not aware of any paper for that one.
No, I'm not, yeah. That was the only option that they provided.
Charity Lot Farm Public Forum. The public is invited to attend a meeting designed to introduce and seek input on a proposed new trail within a town of Bernardston Recreation and Conservation Area, the Charity Farm Lot. The event will take place on Saturday, September 20th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., beginning in the parking lot of 327 Bald Mountain Road in Bernardston. The event will take place rain or shine and will include a guided tour of approximately 1.3 miles on hilly terrain.
I'm attending. I'll be there representing.
I think the weather's supposed to be good, I
Yeah.
think, Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay, and it's that time of year again for the Franklin County Hazardous Waste Collection. The day is scheduled for Saturday, September 20th. The collection sites are at Greenfield Community College and the Orange Transfer Station. Latex paint is not accepted at this collection. You must pre-register for this event. The registration deadline is Wednesday,
Oh,
September.
It passed, I'm so
Sorry,
sorry,
passed,
yeah.
September 10th.
Yeah, but you can still try to do it at, by calling Jane
Yeah.
Amin. Yep.
Okay, we'll go on to September 2025 is Emergency Preparedness Month. Governor Healy proclaims September as Emergency Preparedness Month to highlight the importance of emergency preparedness and to encourage planning for disasters and other types of emergencies. The Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency, also known as MEMA, the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, DPH, and other local, state, and nonprofit agencies will promote preparedness through various public outreach efforts throughout the month. These efforts are part of a month-long national campaign themed Preparedness Starts at Home. Please go to the Town of Bernardston website. On the top of the home page, click on Government, Emergency Management for more information, tips, and toolkits. That ties into your topic.
Yeah, cool, yeah. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Cushman Library Volunteer Spotlight. Cushman Library at the Town of Bernardston would like to extend heartfelt appreciation to Barbara Grover for her generous time volunteering at Cushman Library. From dusting to covering new books and working closely with the Bernardston Summer Camp recreation kids during the summer reading program, Barbara helps us all accomplish more for the community. Thank you, Barbara. And most of us have probably seen her over there.
Yeah.
Very
Every time
busy.
I go
She's
there,
always
she's
busy.
there, yep.
And this is just a note that's been in the news a lot, the increase in paving scams in Western Massachusetts. Officials in Western Mass have reported an increase in paving scams in recent weeks. The Northwestern District Attorney's Office and local police departments have issued warnings about these fraudulent schemes. Report incidents involving scammers using specific high-pressure tactics. For example, they come to your house and knock on the door, it's the leftover asphalt claim. Crews show up at your home unannounced and state they have leftover asphalt for a nearby job. They offer to pave or reseal the driveway for a bargain price. So if anybody comes to your doors, contact the authorities. It's a pretty good scam in Western Mass right now. Police Services Advisory Committee meeting. The Police Services Advisory Committee will meet on Tuesday, September 23rd at 11 a.m. at the Town Hall. That's here this time, right?
Yes.
That's the Bernardston Town Hall. Board of Health meeting. The Board of Health will meet on Tuesday, September 30th at 3:30 at the Town Hall. 6 Town Regional Planning Board information sessions. In response to the challenges posed by a shrinking school-age population, the towns of Bernardston, Gill, Leiden, Montague, Northfield, and Warwick have come together to envision a sustainable and enriched educational future for their students. In 2019, these 6 communities established a regional planning board to evaluate the possibility of merging the Gill, Montague, and Pioneer Valley Regional School Districts into a single unified district serving all 6 towns. Each town appointed up to 3 representatives to serve on the 6-town regionalization planning board. As part of its ongoing efforts to engage the public and share updates, the 6-town regional planning board will host 3 informational sessions at the Bernardston Senior Center to present and discuss the board's background, progress, and regionalization proposal. Those dates will be Friday, October 3rd at 1 p.m., Wednesday, October 8th at 6 p.m., and Saturday, October 25th at 10 a.m. Residents are encouraged to attend and participate in shaping the future education in their region.
Could I?
Absolutely.
Today in the Recorder, there was an excellent article written by Erin. She did a fine job. I would encourage anybody in town to find the article, look in their paper or online, because it is online, and we can get more details as to what the 6-town regional planning board is all about and what we're trying to get done there. So, thank you, Erin, for that article.
Yeah, but-
Eric's not here, I'm Madison.
Oh, my apologies.
I'll pass along your.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, Ken.
My sincere apology. I thought you were Erin.
And just to add to that for everybody out there, it's a pretty important decision, one way or the other. So be informed when it comes time to,
Right.
there's going to be a special town meeting September?
November 15th, we'll talk about it,
Multiple towns that,
to vote on this, yeah.
so be educated on it. There's a lot to it. It's not just as simple as joining the 2.
It's huge.
Brian?
Yes.
Can I add to that? If you can't make one of those meetings in Bernardston, check the website for the board, for the 6-town board, or check the article that's in today's paper for the dates in the other towns.
Right. Because I think there's at least 3 in every other town.
There's 3, there's 3 in, I don't know about Leiden, if Leiden has 3.
Leiden has 1.
But I think all the other towns there are 3. Gill is certainly easy to get to, so is Northfield. Not that Montague is that far away. I mean, Turner's Falls is not that far away.
Right.
I go to a meeting there, but the price of gas, the closer the better.
True.
Can I add one other thing since I'm talking?
Sure.
The Finance Committee, the next meeting of the Finance Committee is September 29th at 5:30 in this room. New members are very welcome, highly encouraged to get in touch with us. We are desperate to fill this committee to help with the work. And you will be contributing so much to the town if you help to present the budget at next annual town meeting.
Sure.
It's not onerous work. It is deep sometimes, but it's really very important. It's what keeps this town running.
Mm-hmm. Truth.
In a few days after that meeting, you'll lose a member, correct?
Exactly. We will be down to 2 members 2 days after that meeting. So step up, please.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, under old business, health insurance. We've been speaking of the health insurance increases from the Hampshire County Group Trust over the last month or 6 weeks, probably.
Yeah.
Shall I
there's-
let Susan?
If we want, we're just going to talk about possibly forming a committee. I'm not going to go into each individual thing. There's been enough in the newspapers on it. I'm not going to read all these. I'm just going to go into the forming of a committee.
Or a working group.
Right.
Yeah.
We've gone, Ken and Karen, Jane, Sue, have been on multiple calls with Maya, GIC, the Hampshire group, fact finding of different possibilities for the community. We're not alone. There's, I'm going to say the number wrong again, Jane, 73 communities?
73 in the
73 communities and school districts that were affected by this Hampshire group.
And that's not the only group that's affected.
Right. And the GIC was in the same boat. The state bailed them out for similar reasons. So multiple insurance companies are having the same issues at the same time with GLP-1 drugs and a lot of high-cost claims, which is dipping into their reserves. So some of the suggestions that we want to throw out there tonight is the possibility of forming a working group within the town, because this is a decision, if we want to make a change, we're going to have to make that change by December. To commit to doing that, to get the paper trail all in order and the numbers passed on to the new insurance company and have an understanding of what costs may be. So I think a lot of folks feel a working group would play best to nail that down and have all the groups involved, meaning somebody from finance, Sue Bovee, our treasurer, who's very adept at the insurance piece of it because she lives it, a member of the select board, town administrator, and I think a town employee or two
Yeah,
who
maybe,
are
yeah.
truly affected by it. Would be good to have them see what we all see to help explain that just because we go to a different plan doesn't mean you're going to save any money, because you're probably not gonna. But to understand that maybe they have a bigger bankroll behind them and it's worth paying a little extra for that, to not go through what we did mid-year this year. What are your guys' thoughts on forming a working group of sorts?
Yeah, the goal would be to determine if we stay in the trust or transition to an alternative provider. That's the goal of the working group. And they, you know, do the work to present whatever the outcome would be to the select board to decide. And then, of course, how we would message that with the employee, you know, all of that.
Personally, I think a group like that is needed. This is a pretty big topic. It
Right.
affects a lot of people. It affects the town budget fairly significantly. It affects each employee's pocket pretty significantly. You want to add anything, Sue, or, I mean, it's,
No, I think a committee is great because it doesn't put all the responsibility on you know, one
Right.
person or one body.
right,
And you get different views from the,
And you get different views.
For
the
sure.
finance person, the select board, an employee.
employee, for sure.
And I think that's a good makeup of the working group to work through the issues.
You guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
Any thoughts on the makeup of it? A finance, treasurer, select board, one or two town employees? Karen?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, what do you think? One or two town employees? One? Two?
One would,
Should
just
we?
so we have equal voices,
Right.
find somebody to volunteer for that.
And
Yeah, I can
hopefully that would be hard.
facilitate forming the working group,
If you do that,
but
that'd be
yeah.
great.
I'd like to suggest that Susan be the lead in that. She
Okay.
has the most expertise in this area.
Yeah, I don't need to be
We
on it,
to
really, to be
have-
honest.
Have her be the lead.
And we can definitely work around your schedule. I know you're not here
Great.
every day, which is good.
I really could, I don't need to be, would I need to be on it?
Not necessarily. I
Yeah.
mean, you could be
All right.
on it as a town employee if nobody else wants it. I gotta believe somebody's.
I'm
gonna
not an
want that.
insurance puller though, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, I think it'd be
you have
good.
to be insured.
I think it would be good if the employee that's on is an insured.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get a volunteer.
I think Karen should be on it because a lot of emails come to her and then get forwarded to the rest of us. And so I think it's important that she be part of the committee too. She may not want to be. but-
I don't have time, I don't have the capacity to be on another committee, to be honest, but if it, I mean,
You can forward.
I'll always forward the
You're
information.
good about forwarding it around
Yeah.
anyway. Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
I don't think we need to take a formal vote for that, can we?
No,
Facilitate getting that, and we
Yes.
should get it going as soon as we can.
I'll get with
because it's-
Susan and how she wants to move forward
It's
with it.
early December-ish, right? I keep looking at you, Sue, but that would have to make that decision.
A decision has to be made, GIC wants a decision by December 15th?
First.
December 1st?
I think it was the first.
December anyway, but,
But it can go to the next 6 months later, right, too?
if the town wants to transition to a new health insurance provider, July 1st, 2026, we have to, GIC's requirement is December. MIA is very similar, December. And there's a number of things that have to be done, so
Right.
obviously we can't wait until.
And then we had one other in the works, but we don't have an appointment with them yet.
It's good, it is a broker, it's not
It's
a
the
health
broker.
insurance provider. And yes, I'm gonna forward you, it's gonna be Monday, and I'll forward you all the Zoom information. He just responded right before the meeting, so.
And a
Well,
broker
we-
will, yeah, a broker will, they're offering a review, and probably it's an introduction, a sales pitch, but nonetheless, it would be good to hear from a broker who's got a very broad perspective. And
Help us navigate it,
And
yeah.
see what they can offer. And if the town wants to hire them as a consultant, that's one thing, but doesn't necessarily have to.
And there also must be notifications to the current group we're in
Right.
that we're opting out if we go that route.
Yeah, they have to know 90 days
Thank you.
prior to the end of
I'll
our
be in touch.
relationship with them.
So getting that group up and running pretty quick is pretty important, I think, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I would volunteer to be the
I
select
think
board
that'd be
rep.
great since you've made more of the.
Okay, so we got
meetings far.
Ken.
Appreciate that.
Make sure
I don't
like
think
Yes,
you're
I-
Jack, right?
I'll
I
look for the
appreciate that,
employee
for
one.
sure.
I'll reach out to the company.
I wouldn't think it'd be hard to get a.
No, and just think about a regular meeting, like that's always helpful, same time every week kind of thing.
Yep.
So you can think about that and then let me know what you would like. And then that would help me communicate it to the employees that we're gonna have on it. And then I'll facilitate this and kick it off and hand it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Town administrator report.
Oh, okay. So, as you've noticed this week, Phil and his team at Devanza Clock Repair are here, and they're on their second visit.
That was Phil?
Yeah, that was Phil.
Okay.
And they were here Monday, they're here today, they're still here. And the clock's gonna be done. We got one more visit with them and it'll be a chime-in. So, Jody's been here both days as well. And there's some way forwards with regarding about maybe the painting of it and looking at that as our next step for something to budget for in FY27, I guess. But just stuff, he's gonna get some names from Phil regarding that next step, so. So the last item, I kind of kept this short tonight, was the special town meeting in November. I wanted to make sure that the select board's on board for joining the other towns and having a special town meeting then. We're gonna do it?
Yep.
Okay, so the suggested timeline would be, just to say it out loud here in front of everybody, would be the town meeting on the 15th. I was going with possibly 10 o'clock. The barn's already reserved, I just did it without
Good.
knowing.
Yep.
And Chris checked with Jeff Wilson, he is available to be the moderator, so the venue, the moderator, we're set. And it's free with at the barn too. And we stayed away from the senior center because of the impending project there. We don't know for sure when we're gonna start that, so that's why I didn't even, because I know you've done special town meetings at the senior center in the past, but just so you know, that's why we kind of thought about the barn. Are you guys okay with that?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so that's the 15th, 10 o'clock, it's a Saturday. And everybody else is having theirs, so that's good. And Tyler, I was wondering if BNC TV will be taping any of these special town meetings, but we'll get with BNC TV.
Be easier to do in Northfield because they'll probably do it at Pioneer.
They are doing it at
What are the
Pioneer.
dates again?
November 15th. It's a Saturday. 10 a.m. Well,
More-
I don't know what time it
All
is.
6 towns will have.
All
it.
6 towns are having we'll talk about it.
No,
but-
5 towns.
5.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
Montague's, yeah.
Montague has to
Different.
have an election.
We gotta figure that out.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're not saying you have to
we
do
make the
us.
coverage happen,
Yeah, it doesn't have to
but
be in
the
Bernardston, yeah.
broadcast is our biggest concern.
Right.
Over one channel, but Otis and I have already discussed
Okay,
splitting
good.
it
So you're
up
tracking
and
it.
covering,
Yeah. All right, so the warrant process, so the warrant, we know that we have to have a warrant. The warrant will close on the 15th of October, forward it to town council. The October 29th select board meeting, you would read it, approve it, just like we do with the annual town meeting warrant. And then the warrant has to be posted by November 1st, 14 days, not 7 days, 14 days for special town meeting. So that's I went over this with Chris, she helped me, making sure I had it straight. So that's what we're looking at.
That meeting will have a singular purpose, that being the sixth town, or does it have to be open to
No, I
other
think,
issues?
well, I think we have some unpaid bills from 2022. We got some things you might want to put on the warrant if that's what you're meaning. Right, Jane? I mean, that's what I'm thinking. We would have other warrant items.
Yeah, I don't
If
think it
need
has to
be.
be dedicated.
Okay.
Myself, that's my opinion.
Right.
Fine.
I mean, it wouldn't be much maybe, but the one thing I think of is there's some unpaid from 2022 that popped up couple months or a couple weeks ago that we might want to take care of. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, I think once this gets opened up, maybe someone might want to, one of the department heads, maybe the planning board might have some zoning, I don't
Yeah, I
know.
talked to John Lepore, and he said they wouldn't be ready.
They're gonna move it to keep it at the annual town meeting.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
because of the
They
their
have to
public
have
hearing
hearings.
process.
Yeah, they wouldn't have time.
They would-
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
Is it possible at that one that we do the chapter 40, section 8E?
Yeah, we could,
What's 40?
for the,
For the-
32?
adopting the,
Isn't it 32, not 40?
The rec-
no, chapter 40,
Recreation.
section, yeah, the
Oh.
recreation.
Oh, well, you need to read that carefully.
Yeah,
Because it only talks about youth, and I think a recreation commission should be covering more than youth. That's just my personal
yeah,
opinion.
actually, Donna, we did go over this with our town council already, and she
Yeah.
recommended that we do it. She acknowledged that it said youth commissioning, but it is known that it's recreation. But,
It can
anyway,
still be more, it just
Yeah.
at least it gives us the legal coverage for that.
Yeah. So, yeah, so there could be other things to answer your question, there could be other things
Okay.
other than just the vote.
But we
Is that-
would keep the vote as the first
It's the
item.
priority, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You can't tell us what to do.
I'm not having them tell us. I'm thinking
But
for
that's all
our
right.
benefit, get that out of the way before we do other stuff.
That's all I have, thank you.
Anybody
Thank
else
you.
have anything else?
I do not.
You didn't ask for other business unknown at time of posting.
We don't have anything on the agenda for that.
Yeah.
You do have other business unknown at time of posting, and I'm here to tell you what that item is. We had a finance committee meeting Monday night, so obviously this couldn't get on your agenda, but I think it's important that I report to you what we discussed. And what we discussed is the engineering report that you had done a couple years ago for this building. And there are some items in here that were recommended to be done within 1 year, and it's already well past 1 year. So our recommendation is that this pillar be worked on right now, that, you know what I'm talking, you don't know
Nothing
what
can be
I'm
done without
talking-
an engineer, which we're still struggling with. Yeah, all the work for the building inspector that we would do requires an engineer to sign off on it before we can do anything.
Well, we need to figure out,
Brian's been trying to get one. It's the same problem we're having all the time. We're too small. Nobody wants to do it.
and to replace that pillar needs an engineer?
You need a building permit to do it.
Well, maybe I'll talk to the building inspector.
All that work requires an engineer.
Jane can be.
Well, our
pretty
recommendation
persuasive.
is to split it up and get the ones that he labeled as, a 1-year thing, get them done. I don't know where that pillar is downstairs. I was gonna go down and look, so I
In the
knew
basement?
exactly where it was under the, yes. Do you know where this, are you frowning because I'm gonna go down in the basement?
Yes.
Why?
Okay.
I've been down there before,
Okay.
but I don't remember this pillar.
I've been down there too, but I don't remember the pillar
Yeah.
either.
But when I was reading this report the other night, I thought of you, Ken,
Uh-oh.
and your comments that this pillar keeps bowing
Yes.
more and more. So that made me wonder if the pillar I'm talking about is right there.
It could be.
And,
Which
you
is-
know, the more delays we have, the worse this building gets. And we're going to get to the point where we can't fix this building because it's gonna have parts of it that have fallen down. And we just-
Hopefully when no one's inside.
Well, I know, and we don't want to lose the beautiful clock that
We
we're
just
now
fixed.
going to hear chime again. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's the report from the Finance Committee. Let's get this thing rolling, it's important.
When you go in the basement, can you bring someone with you, please? From a safety
Do you
standpoint.
want to go?
If you
I'll
need,
take you down, Jane.
one of us will figure it out, yeah.
I'll
I'm not
take you
that far
down.
away.
I know how to get there, and I know how to get out.
That's good.
The problem is actually getting to the door to go down there,
No, it's not that hard.
Go out that door and turn right.
but the steps are not sturdy.
And it could
To
be
go
the
down
one-
to
it could be
the-
the one you have to go down through Chris's floor to get to.
You don't want to do
Oh,
that.
yeah,
She's not doing
yeah.
I
that.
probably would
I
not.
draw the
Figure it
line
out.
on that.
We'll figure it out.
I would not go down there, but I might hang my head into that hole.
With a
so that I could
flashlight,
look
it would
around
work. No,
with a
she could do
flashlight.
that, and with a flashlight, we could hook her up with that.
I have had to work in crawl spaces before
I
on
understand, but
buildings
it's-
that I owned.
But
I don't own this one, but.
Well, you kinda do.
Yeah. Well, I own one, I own this
One-
pillar that I'm
2100.
complaining about. That's mine. Get it fixed. Thank you. And the other thing that we discussed, and I'm saying this for the benefit of everybody, well, for you guys too. I'm sending out emails to each department that has capital planning projections to say, update it and get it to the Finance Committee. We need to talk about this before we start the budget season. I've already talked with Brian,
which
the
Brian?
Highway Department, Brian.
Okay.
And you guys are going to have to give us your middle names, and we'll start calling you by your middle name.
I like that idea.
I don't like it.
Why, you're embarrassed about your middle name?
I worked with a man one time who had me help him with a document, and before he would hand it to me, he said, I have to request something from you. And I said, what's that? He said, I need you to swear secrecy over my middle name.
Okay.
And it was Hosmer.
What's wrong with that?
I think it's safe for me to say that he's been gone a long time. He didn't want anybody to know that middle name.
I'm certainly not embarrassed by my middle name. I just don't want people to start calling me Kelly. No, I'm never going to answer to that, ever.
Uh-oh, now we know.
I know.
Oh, I mean, I'm not embarrassed by it.
Well,
Okay.
but
People are going to say,
you're in all
Kelly,
my,
I'm oblivious to.
Alternate.
you're in a lot of my records as BK, but then I had to stop that because he's a BK also.
See that, we get her all
All
nuts.
right,
Uh-huh.
let's reel with this.
What else you got, Ken?
What else do we have?
Good?
I think we are done.
Thank you.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all.
Thank you.